What's going on, East Coast Mob? It's your favorite duo, back with another video.
Yes.
And I don't think we can keep saying back because we haven't made a video in like, I don't know, months.
This is our first video since the proposal, since vacation, the proposal. As you can see, we are in a different place.
Yeah, I think they got that from the last video if you saw it. But we have changed locations
Yes.
permanently. Well, temporarily. Something
We don't
like
know.
that.
Whatever the future holds.
Something like that. So this is just a video that I wanted to do to talk to you guys about all the details that went into planning this proposal and how good of a job I did.
We did it.
And where do I start?
Um,
Let me have some coffee.
let's go back to the beginning. When did you know you were gonna propose?
So when I knew I was gonna propose, she obviously didn't know, but it was when we went on our first vacation. Even though we had a vacation before that.
It was like our first little getaway together.
Yeah. And it was cool. It was great. It was like testing waters. You know, first
little
vacation.
weekend away. Yeah.
First vacations are always a little funny because you're like, I don't know how.
We had a really good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
So a few months after that, we went to our real vacation. I say that our real vacation because we got on a plane, we were on a hotel, all that stuff.
Yes.
So that vacation was, besides the Greece one, obviously, I think it's probably one of my best vacations.
It was a real R&R vacation where we went, and it was so relaxing and just so chill. It was a very romantic place to go.
Yeah, it was chill. It was not. It was very laid back. Long story short, that vacation, the time that we spent, how we connected. As soon as, well, I would say probably the second to last day. In my head, I was like, all right, this is the one. But I knew that she was the one before that. I was telling her, I was telling you that I was telling her I was gonna marry her, and she would just look at me like I was crazy. But I knew.
No, I wouldn't look at you like you were crazy. I would just kind of laugh it off because
Well, yeah, you laughed it off.
Yeah,
And she would.
People could say that, and you don't know.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna marry you.
I'm like, haha, yeah.
And she was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I mean, in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, fucking hope so.
So I was just I knew that I was going to eventually take that step. But I think when I really, really knew, when I feel like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, was the second to last day of vacation. And I was like, all right.
Really?
I'm going to.
What day was that?
No, the day?
Oh, what do you say second to last day? Don't you feel like that's really
All right, so it was towards the end of the vacation.
Okay.
I didn't know when, but I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And yeah, that's when I really knew that eventually I was going to be looking for a ring and proposing. I had no idea how I was going to do it, when I was going to do it, none of that. I was just like, I know that I'm gonna, so let me start stacking this money because it's going to be expensive. She got expensive taste. That vacation when I knew that I was going to eventually buy a ring and propose, that was in May. Maybe a month and a half after we got back, one day randomly, I'm like, babe, let's go ring shopping.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, let's just go to a random store. Let's just go ring shopping. Let me see what kind of styles you like, what ring size you are, whatever. Because I knew, low key.
And I knew that it wasn't happening anytime soon because
we weren't together for a year.
Yeah,
For,
and
maybe,
we were planning for so many different things, and we were just trying to enjoy each other's company. We knew that we've talked about getting married and stuff like that, so it wasn't a shocker
yeah.
to go look at rings. But I knew it wasn't gonna happen. I thought it was gonna happen 2 years or something, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, no. In my head, I was like, when I said let's go ring shopping, I was already in my head mentally taking notes. Okay, this is her size, this is her style.
Meanwhile, I'm we're just ring shopping.
Yeah, she had no
This
idea.
isn't happening anytime soon.
Once I got that, I was like, okay, this is what she likes. Let me just write this down. The lady was actually very helpful. She wrote it down on a card.
She was so sweet.
And then she gave me the card and she's like, if you ever have any questions, give me a call. So I kept that card and I put that card in my wallet and it never left my wallet because I knew that I was going to need it one day. So that's how I got her ring size and the style that she likes and everything else. Really, I've been planning it I would say for like maybe a little over a year. I would say like maybe 14 months.
Yeah, but when did the real planning start? So like obviously you plan, you start saving. Okay, that's part of the plan. But like when were you making arrangements, ring shopping for real?
So like November, I was like, okay, I want to do this in the summer. I just didn't know where. So I started going into it like around November. I wanted it to be like memorable. I wanted it to
Yeah.
be special. I wanted it to be something that we were going to both remember, and it was going to
Like
be
a new place.
yeah, and it was going to be, very significant to us.
So then we started like writing down a bunch of places that we wanted to do. And I remember we threw it in a hat, right?
Yeah.
And we picked a spot.
We each picked 3 countries that we wanted to visit.
Yes.
We wanted to see like where countries were as far as like
Allowing
requiring
people
certain things. You
in,
needed certain, IDs, whatever.
documentation.
Yeah, all this
You
other
needed
stuff.
like COVID insurance. I don't know. So it was a quick plan, you guys. Like we had like a couple months to plan this entire trip. And little did I know that he was proposing. So like and we had a lot going on in our lives and like planning for such a big trip where like,
We still do.
a lot of travel hours. It was a long trip. It's not like a 4-day weekend where you can quickly plan. It was a 2-week vacation, 2 different islands.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. There was a lot going on in our lives and we still had a plan and we didn't know how we were going to plan for this trip, but we freaking made it happen.
And during this whole time, I decided, all right, I don't want to just propose on a beach or in my balcony, in our room. I wanted to do something special again, like just very intimate. So what I started doing was just looking up at wedding/proposal planners. And I came across this amazing,
She's so sweet.
amazing person, Emily, who I'll tag all her information down at the bottom. I'll put all her website and her contact information in the
I believe
details.
it's like Milo events.
Yeah, Emily, she emailed me about 30 times. And the time difference was crazy. I think it's like 5 or 7 hours, something like that.
Yeah, so he would have to basically talk to her at night.
So we were emailing at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. We're sending each other emails and back and forth. And she's asking me like, what's her style? What does she like? What is her favorite colors? Her flowers that she likes. I sent her pictures of Jess, of like her dressed up and going out, just so she can get like a feel of the type of style that she likes. She was very, very detailed, very, very meticulous, and she's amazing. Like I wouldn't recommend anyone else. Like she is the best.
Yeah.
Like
everything
was
on point.
perfect.
Yeah.
Everything I wanted was perfect. Now, I had the choice between like a few venues. I wanted one venue, but because we were so limited with time, I wasn't able to get that venue. And she tried, but everything was booked.
Yeah.
So
And we did go to Greece at one of the most busy times of the year.
that too.
Which is crazy. A lot of things are like sold out. If you have ever been to Greece, then you know how packed
It's crazy. It's crazy.
it gets.
I can't
If
keep
you
a
know
secret.
him, he can't. No, it's not like a secret. Like your friend tells you something and it's like, hey, don't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
anything. It's like when he's trying to surprise you with something, he like wants to tell you right away. Like he doesn't want to wait until the day of the surprise. He wants to tell you right there and then.
Yeah. Planning the actual event and getting the ring and bringing the ring and showing like my parents the ring. It was too much. I couldn't contain myself. And every time I saw her, and you know what's the worst, guys? You know what's the worst? Whenever we would get into a little bickering back and forth, I'm over here thinking like, man, if you only knew.
And I was being such a brat around that time because I was just like super stressed out with everything we had going on.
It was a lot going on.
It was a lot, so I was like super stressed out and I was being a brat. And every time I'd be like, man, you just don't know. And I'm like, I just don't know what. Everyone around me knew that this was happening. I think about like 20 people must have known that this was happening and we were going on vacation. Everyone knew, like everyone's anticipating that moment of us going on vacation. And till this day, I don't know how my family was able to keep it together. Because I really thought that like one of them would have slipped up.
That was like the biggest thing I've ever planned in my life. I honestly don't think I can plan anything else that big, so don't get used to that. I know some of my friends are like, nah, man, you set the bar. Now everything else you're going to have to do. Nah, no. That is the most planning Planning for a year? What else am I gonna plan for a year?
There's gonna be so many different things. Like,
For a year?
yeah, so many different events.
No.
that
Don't get me
you're
wrong.
planning.
Don't get me wrong. I would still surprise her. I'm still gonna like plan stuff for her, obviously. But what am I gonna plan for over a year?
Probably not for a year.
Yeah, that was the biggest accomplishment as far as planning goes that I've ever done in my life.
Oh my God, go ahead. I'm gonna let him go.
Nah. So this is my time to flex. This is my time. You know why? Because I'm not that simple guy that's just gonna go and propose here or there, and I'm not gonna name certain places because you know what? It's okay. That's your prerogative. You do whatever you want to do. That's fine. That's just not me though. I'm the type of person that's gonna propose to you, and you're never gonna forget about it. And that's what I always wanted to do, and that's what I did. I went out and I proposed to this woman, my wife, my future wife. I proposed to her in the most romantic place on earth, in the most beautiful, scenic environment. I mean, like, if you've never been to Greece, okay, do yourself a favor, go to Greece by yourself, with your friends, with your man, with your girl, whoever you with. Go out there and stay for at least 7 days. And you're gonna come back here, wherever you live, you're gonna see that the sunsets just don't hit the same. It just doesn't. Got on one knee, professional videographer, professional photographer. I got the scenery. I'm in Greece. I'm in Santorini. Rock on her finger. Come on, guys. How many proposals do you know go down like that? I'm just playing. A lot of guys probably see it and they're like, man, f this guy.
No.
Because they're
All
like,
jokes
man, he
aside.
went all out. Yeah, but that's what I wanted to do. Go check out the video if you don't believe me. And the video doesn't even do it justice. So, hey, I'm just saying. Go ahead, tell them how you feel. Yeah, I'm done now.
All jokes aside. Oh my God. If you know Brian, then you know that he is just the type of person, literally. It's really not to flex on anyone.
It's really not.
He's a clown. So you're going like up here, baby. I need you to bring it back.
All right, I'm going to bring it. I'm going to come down.
He is the type of person that he likes to go big or go home. And I think I've said this before, that when you do something, you like to just go all out and do it, or he's not going to do it at all. He's not like the type that will plan something small. He likes to plan something big.
Yeah.
It has to be like big and like different and just like out of this world, because that's just his personality. It's who he is.
Yeah.
It's really not to flex.
It's really not. It may come off like that.
Yeah, but it's really not. And
yeah.
he said it time and time again. Like, he's waited so long to propose that if he was going to do it, he wanted to do it his way. Yeah. Which was obviously big and extravagant, which we know that not everyone is able to do those type of things, which is fine. If you propose in your backyard, that's your special moment.
Fine.
That's just as special as our moment, because that was your moment. Like, this isn't
everyone's story is different. It has its own, its own intimate value, if you will. Yeah. It's
just a really special place. It's a place that we've always wanted to go to, and we were never able to go, I guess. It was, it's not like, it is a very expensive trip, and I feel like not a lot of people are fortunate enough to go. So the fact that we were able to plan a trip like that, we already felt like that was such a blessing.
Yeah, I was blessed.
Yeah, and that was already so special for us that, like,
but I
feel like you felt like there was no better place to do it.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like it was just God's timing, because everyone that knows me knows that this is who I am. This is the type of person I am. It's not to, I'm not in the business of like being better than the next person or doing it bigger than the next person. Like, I just want to do stuff for me. Like, I don't care about anyone else. I just want to do stuff the way I want to do it, and that's it. I feel very fortunate that I was able to do that, and I feel fortunate, obviously, for, meeting Jess. Aww. That's it. This video was just all about me trying to flex and trying to tell you all the hoops and the hurdles that I had to jump through, everything that I did. We have a wedding to plan. And that is a whole nother monster. That is stressful. Okay, we're just going to be honest. It is stressful. So when are you getting married? Next year? In a couple months? Can't be 2 years from now. It's too far. Yeah, it's too far. It's crazy, man. That's the biggest thing now, is like, do you guys have a date? And I get asked at least at
every
twice.
Family gathering, you guys, we get asked, Do you have a date? Mind you, we see our family a lot, so you just so good.
I know. I did good. She had no idea. She was crying. Check out the video. We're actually gonna pull it up on the TV and we're gonna watch it because every time I watch it, it's just like every moment was captured there. Now,
Gets
the
me
one
so
thing that I don't really like about that is like the whole
We had smoke
Smoke
bombs in our
bombs?
video.
So it kind of
And
looked
it
like a
just
gender
didn't-
reveal.
The reason it didn't
It didn't hit.
look good
It didn't
and
hit
it
at all.
didn't just it didn't.
It did not go with the video.
Yeah, the reason was
I kinda
because
wanna
the
take
smoke
it
bomb was pink. It looks like we're celebrating our gender reveal.
Yeah, no.
Even my cousin was like, "What is this? What is going on here?"
That's
Right?
That's the
She was
one
like,
thing
what
I would
was
remove.
happening
That's the
with
one
the
thing I would remove from the video. But other than that, everything was perfect.
Like,
Wow,
okay,
that was one
you-
hell
like,
of a proposal.
It makes you feel like
buddy.
you're appreciated.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Anyway, yeah, that was cool. No,
Yeah, good night.
yeah, so that was it, man. I mean, we're a little late to the party, you know. 3 months later, let's have a sit down. But
You
the
was
reason
like, "You want to do a sit down?" I said no.
she didn't even want to do this video. But anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe or follow us on TikTok.
Follow our Instagram.
Our Instagram's a little weak, but
But you
we're
know
getting
what?
there, man. We're
With every
getting
follow, it grows. We'll see you guys.
there. Never.
No, don't say that. We'll see you guys soon.